Hello guys, gonna do a video here. Today is the 1st of October, and as you can see, this tank is quite overgrown again. I'm gonna do a bit, try different angles here because of the glare. I'm sorry, there you go. I've trimmed this tank about a month ago, and now it's all overgrown. But I won't be trimming this area here, this rotala. I really like that pinkish hue on the surface of the tank. Rotala, if exposed to bright light, they turn reddish, and in some tanks, excuse me, I have allergies. So in some tanks, especially high-tech tanks with CO2, they offer really reddish color. However, again, this is a low-tech tank, and so they get bright light only when they reach that spot. But I like the look it gives to the tank, like green to that reddish hue. The thing that I am not happy about, or I'm happy that the hygrophila or the water wisteria does done well. However, it looks messy. It didn't go through what I've what do you call this? What I envisioned it to be. Online in YouTube. I'm sorry, I my allergies. In YouTube, online, you'll see pictures of hygrophila defermis, and their leaves are more finger-like. They're more slender compared to this one, and I think it's because in my tank they have like 12 hours of lighting. But as you can see, it's messy together with the Ludwigia here because of the output from the filter. So but it has done its job. Basically, it's provided a lot of cover for the fish, especially the fry, which I have tons of right now that I don't know what to do once they get bigger. But basically, yeah, they're all over the place, and they are fast growers. I'll keep a couple in there just in case I'll need them in the future. I might also leave one here because it's trying to reach the surface, and I want to see how it does in this tank. I've grown hygrophila before in my 5-gallon tank, Emersed, and it didn't do well. But maybe this time, since a big part of it is underwater, it might do something different. And I'll be replacing the hygrophila with that Amazon sword. I'm hesitating earlier because I'm thinking that this really looks nice on this tank, but I have another Amazon sword, although it's still smaller right now, but I'm pretty sure it will be able to adapt because it's from the same plant. I just remove a part of it, and that one I don't know if you guys remember, but I did an immersed plant experiment that didn't work. I mean, it's still alive, but that's how small it is compared to that one on the right. Because the one on the left I actually planted in a pot with water, and basically it didn't grow really well compared to this one. I think they prefer growing immersed with their roots suspended in the water. And then what I'm planning to do is the Ludwigia here is messy also, but again, it's something that understandable because it's in the output or close to the filter output. So I'll just trim it a little bit, remove some of the plants down here, and replace it with a cryptocorn when DTI, which I have down there in the 5-gallon tank. So I'll be putting some of my cryptocorn when DTI. And the reason being is now that this tank has, I think at this point, has reached its full potential in terms of growth, and I've seen, I don't think this will change anymore at this point. But this tank is now what, 4 or 5 months, so nearly 5 months, only 5 months, and this has grown really well. I would give credit to the dirt underneath this gravel, and of course I had the light turned on for 12 hours a day, but that will shorten now because it's fall. I've got it like 2 hours now, and as the days get shorter through winter, I'll be decreasing the time that lights are turned on. So yeah, that's a plan. Here's the Amazon sword. Looks really nice with all those roots reaching down the substrate. It's well established there, so I will not pull it off. I will just cut some parts so I can pull it without disturbing the substrate. I'm not concerned if it will like change the balance of this tank, because look at the monstera roots there, and the philodendron micans has started to provide some roots, and hopefully when I transfer this Amazon sword in this pot here, it will also get bigger. So yeah, let me go ahead, I'll pull this off, and or I will trim this first, and yeah, we'll start moving the plant. Alright guys, so I've already removed this Amazon sword from my 5-gallon tank, and you can really see the roots here really long, and up close it really looks good. I really like the way that this plant looks. A part of me is kind of regretting that I took it off my 5-gallon tank, but I'm pretty sure the smaller Amazon sword that I'm growing Emersed also would be able to get to this stage. It might take a while, because this guy took a while also, maybe a couple of months. I didn't even know that it will be able to reach this point, but I think growing Emersed, it likes that there's flow in the water. Of course there's shrimp, so they also provide that the waste, the excess food, and yeah, the water flow I believe helps through the roots. The exchange of oxygen through the roots is also doing good, or whatever makes the roots healthy. Because when I did my experiment where some of the Amazon swords were in pots that don't have any drainage holes, so there's just water. I mean, they're alive, but they're not thriving. So I believe that continuous water flow, and then exchange of oxygen and all other gases maybe help with the growth of this one. So I would cut off some of the roots here, because it would be hard to plant with these very long roots. So we'll maybe do it this way. Alright, and then the question is, how can I pull this off? I'm also curious if I'll be able to like separate a couple more plants off this one, but I might damage the plant. So what I'll do is I'll just cut off this basket, if I can. There you go. Oop, I got a leaf first, that's what I'm saying. Alright, let's just do it here. That way it's gonna be easier for me to remove it from this basket. Alright, this is pretty cheap. I think there's a branded hydroponic brand that has these baskets, and they made they made a knockoff and like $13 for 50 pieces. So I don't mind breaking a few for this project. So I don't know, do I pull this off? Oh no, there's a new plant here. See it here. So yeah, so we'll just try. Yeah, right. Let's see. I don't want to damage the plant, or I can just push it down. Let's see. No, because that will damage the leaf. Let's see what. Okay, no. All right, let's sort this out. Okay, there. Okay. Alright, sorry if I'm breathing through my camera. It's a camera phone and it's kind of close to me, so I apologize for that. But alright. Here we go. So I damaged a few leaves, that's fine. Yeah, let's just take off some of the dead leaves. I think I can separate this into different plants, just like what I did when I bought the mother plant in my local fish store. But nah, I won't do that. Just clean it up a bit, and yeah, I'll go ahead and plant this in the 40 breeder. Guys, so in the previous video I showed you what I did to get these plants in there. The water is still cloudy, but you can see the Amazon sword there. Obviously those leaves will change. Most of this will melt, and the new growth will be the submerged growth, and it will look different. Well, I hope when they grow. And I added a single cryptocorn there. Let's see if I can zoom in there. Very small still, but this was in the 5-gallon, not getting enough light, so hopefully in here it will grow. And the reason I put it there is because it is not as tall as the Ludwigia. So I'm thinking that as it grows, the water from the filter output won't bother it much. The Ludwigia here, I've trimmed it a bit, trimmed it a lot, planted the new ones up front. That way there will still be a plant covering this area while I wait for the Amazon sword and the cryptocorn to grow. I also trimmed the red tiger lotus here. Sorry for the background noise, but because it's kind of covering this Alternanthera rhynica, which is still growing really red, even though this is a low-tech tank. I'm sorry for the glare. Can't find a way to get rid of it. But I also trimmed the Rotala to allow more light for the Alternanthera rhynica. The water wisteria, I left one here. What it's just to give cover on that spot, and give some cover there. And unfortunately, I cut one stem that was actually growing out of the water. I was hoping to see what it would do, but hey, it's fine. It will grow out of the water eventually. So yeah, that's it. Just at this point, as I've said earlier, I think this tank has reached a point where it's reached its full potential in terms of growth. These are easy to grow plants. The alternate terraria is the only thing that I can say that surprised me, but the rest, I mean, grew really well. And after 5 months, I think it's now time to try something different, or try to give it a different look and see what will happen. That's what's really nice about growing, is to grow plants, because they will help keep your tank established, get the fish at home. It will help clean up the water, especially the hygrophila, the rotala. They grow roots on their stems, and they will feed off from the water column, and whatever excess waste is there, they will help clean it up. Of course, it won't be 100%, so you still need a filter, but it really helped this tank. I would say after 5 months, I'm surprised. I started the usually I would do water changes once a week. I just started doing it once every 2 weeks. Of course, I'm just observing if it will have any detrimental effects to the fish, but I didn't see anything serious, or I didn't see any disease or anything like that. So at that point, I knew the tank is really mature. I won't put any very sensitive fish in here, especially since this I have a lot of fry now, so this will definitely change in a month or two, hopefully by the time more plants have grown. So yeah, I'll do an update and see what happens. And yeah, appreciate the subscriptions, the subscribers, the likes. Yeah, please hit like, that will help the channel. And yeah, have a good one.